Hello everyone and welcome once again to Team CUG's channel. My name is Flexi and once again Charles is giving me the opportunity to present one of my decks and combos to his audience. So thank you very much again for having me. And today I'm going to show you guys my Gouki deck, and also I'm going to show you one or two combos by the end of the video. But first let's go into the deck profile. Now in terms of Gouki monsters, I'm playing 12 monsters I think. 3 Super X and of course the reinforcement of the army, which in 99% of cases is going to search the Super X because it's the best combo starter. Then I'm also playing 3 Headbats because it's the next best Gouki monster. It's kind of an extender, but it's kind of a little too specific. It's still better than the other Goukis though. Then I'm playing 2 Gouki Guts and 1 Octastretch. Those are the level 1s that I'm going to special summon with Isol. That's why I like to play 3, and also I like to play different ones because if I open one then I still have access to the other. And you need to play kind of as many different ones as you can because you want to get as many searches as possible, since they're hard ones per turn. And then I play 1 Twist Cobra and 1 Iron Claw, which are the discard Goukis, which I'm going to search off of Isol's effect to discard for Headbat's effect. And then the last 2 Gouki cards are the Rematch, which are double monster reborns, searchable by any other Gouki monster as well, so very easily accessible and extremely strong because it enables the combo pretty well and also it's ideal follow-up. That's pretty much everything I have to say about the Gouki monsters. Now going on to the extenders, I play 3 Firefang Lady, probably the best extender, because it only requires a warrior monster, and with 12 Gouki monsters you will most likely always have a normal summon. And then 3 Red Layer, which is also very good, but it's a photon flashes, so it's dead once you normal summon a monster. That's why I like to play, or I prefer Firefang Lady, but 3 and 3 is very good. Those are not the only extenders I'm playing, but those are the only like pure extenders I'm playing. The other cards serve different purposes as well. Just like Living Fossil, for example, I play 1 Phoenix Blade and 2 Living Fossil as the equips for sending off of Isol. Phoenix Blade is the one you always want to send, because it's a free negate for Dragoon, which you're going to see in a second. But Living Fossil is just an alternate equip if I happen to open the Phoenix Blade, but also if I happen to open Living Fossil. It's not just a dead equip spell, but it's a monster reborn essentially, which is why what I meant when I said it's not those are not the only extenders. But I'm not playing Living Fossil purely as an extender. Then there come a couple engines. The first one is the Codebreaker Engine, which in cooperation with his 2 extra deck brethren generates a huge amount of advantage, enables the Phantom Knight plays, and a lot more. That's the main deck brick. It's not even a brick technically, you can also summon it from hand, but of course it's not as good if you summon it from hand. Then there's the Phantom Knight package with Silent Boots, Ancient Cloak, double Fog Blade, and the Shade Brigandine. Some people like to play multiple Shade Brigadines, but personally I just use Shade Brigandine as like as an alternate play if I get interrupted and I can't like full combo. Sometimes I just end on a redo it with a trap monster, or I use it with Link Spider to make a Verta Anaconda. It really depends on how your turn is going, but my main focus is not the Shade Brigadine. It's just to pump out double Fog Blade with an Appaloosa and a Dragoon. Then as I've mentioned already, Dragoon, I play the 3 bricks. Not much to say here. And then in terms of hand trap protection, I'm playing 1 Cult by the Grave, 3 Eagle Boosters, which is very good for the Isol, which is very dope, and also Eagle Booster is searchable by Engage, so essentially I'm playing 5 hand trap protection cards, which is very solid. And even in case you were to open one of the other 4 and you still have Engage in your hand, you can also search Hornet Jones, which is a warrior extender. That's pretty much it for those. Then I'm playing 6 hand traps, 3 Ash Blossoms, and 3 Ghost Bell, which I haven't thought about my hand trap lineup for a while. I've put them in like a couple months ago. Maybe other hand traps are better right now in this current format, but for now I'm playing these. But you can also play things like Nibiru or anything that you need really. Imperm has been reprinted, so it's cheaper as well. You can pretty much play whatever you need. And then I play 1 Feather Duster in main. I used to play more back row hate in the main deck, but for now I think this is good enough. Also I needed space for the Eagle Boosters, so I had to take out my Cyclones. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the main deck. Now for the extra deck, there are 7 main cards for the combo, which is Isolde, of course, the starter of any warrior combo deck, which leads into an Appaloosa that protects us from hand traps. And then under the Appaloosa you make the Codebreaker combo, which then enables you to play the Phantom Knights of Rusty Bardiche, which is going to get you a double Fog Blade, and also an extender for the Verta Anaconda. And then the Verta Anaconda with the bricks is going to summon out a Dragoon, which is very hard to out, I'm sure you know about that. And with the Phoenix Blade you always have a free negate every turn, because you can just get it back again after discarding, which is very good. And yeah, that's the main combo extra deck. package, but then there's also Redoer, which again, it really depends on how you're interrupted and where and what your hand looks like. But sometimes you can also end on a Redoer made with Shade Brigandine, which is essentially a free bounce without even having to stand by face rip a trap off your opponent's deck. And don't always go into him, of course, but sometimes it's a nice alternative. Then I play a second Isolde. Of course, it's ideal, or it's important for follow-up on turn 3 or later on. And I play Link Spider because sometimes if you need to, if you were able to make a Verte Anaconda, but you need an effect monster and you only have a Shade Brigandine, you can turn it into Link Spider and then keep climbing. And then there's Linkuriboh and IP Masquerena, which mainly serve the purpose of coming back from a Nibiru. I'm going to show that like Nibiru combo by the end of the video, but just keep that in mind that those two are for the Nibiru. And then I also play Unicorn, which sometimes you end on a board where you can end on an Appaloosa, end on an IP Masquerena, but can't go into anything else. And then you can just turn it into Unicorn on the opponent's turn and shuffle a card. But also, if you were to play Access Code Talker, having the Unicorn in here is good enough as well, because you can just make an additional Link monster to banish for his destruction effect. And then the second to last card is Gouki the Powerload Ogre, which I like a lot, just as like the theme of the card. It's unaffected, it's a big monster. Even if you play 2 Powerload Ogres, sometimes you can make him gain a lot of attack points and maybe even OTK it from that point. I only play 1 though, because those are 14 cards right now, and the 15th card is Broadsword Dragon. I can't find it right now, that's why I can't show it to you. But the 15th card would be Broadsword Dragon. You could also play Access Code Talker though, as I've said, and especially because now it's getting reprinted in the Maximum Gold Eldorado. So that's pretty much everything I have to say about the deck build. And now the standard combo is... Okay, so Suprex and any other Gouki monster, or one Gouki monster and an extender, are essentially full combo. Suprex and Gouki is better though, because it searches you more cards and also you play around Joel that way, which is very good. And then the way it goes is you normal summon Suprex, Suprex effect summons you the other Gouki monster. Let me get rid of those real quick, I'm gonna put them there. Actually it goes there. Then you link those away for Isolde. And now, what I like to do in this case is go Chainlink 1 any Gouki, Chainlink 2 Isolde, and Chainlink 3 the other Gouki, because that way you ensure that the Ash Blossom can't hit one of your Goukis and also the Isolde, which is enough for a full combo. And yeah, that's pretty much the only reasoning. Then let's say Suprex 1, Isolde 2, Twist Cobra 3 is going to search me a rematch. Then Isolde is going to search the... where is it? Oh, Iron Claw, which I don't really need. I can't even summon it this turn because of Isolde's effect, but I just needed to discard off of the third monster that I'm going to add, which is Twist Cobra. Or actually, no, Headbat, sorry. Then you activate Isolde effect to send an equip, which in this case is going to be Phoenix Blade, to summon out a level 1 Gouki, going to summon Guts, and then effect of Headbat to discard Iron Claw, targeting Guts, summoning itself. And now you go into the Appaloosa, getting another 2 searches, which is going to be the second rematch. And then also, since it doesn't really matter, you can't summon the other Gouki monsters anymore this turn because they're all normal summons. So you can just search Suprex because it's the best normal summon, and then keep going on the next turn. At this point you activate the rematch, targeting any of the 2 monsters. Doesn't really matter, they just have to be different levels. And since you had their search effect already, it really doesn't matter which one you summon. Then the next card is Virus Swordsman, who's going to summon the 0 Day. Then those 2 go into the Virus Berserker, and then you just summon them back. And with the 0 Day and the Link 2 one, you go into Rusty Bardiche. Rusty Bardiche is going to send Ancient Cloak and set a Fog Blade. Let me put those aside real quick. Set a Fog Blade, then you banish the Ancient Cloak, adding Silent Boots, summoning out the Silent Boots, and then linking it and the Virus Berserker away for Verte Anaconda. Then you can banish the Silent Boots to add the second Fog Blade, and then you use Verte effect, paying 2000 life points, sending the 3 bricks for your Dragoon. summoning it, and then this is pretty much the end of the combo. Now you just banish 2 warrior monsters for the Phoenix Blade, and now this is the game state. Now keep in mind, we started with 2 cards in hand. We started with Suprex and another Gouki monster, and now we have 3 cards in hand. So in a regular hand you would have 6 cards in hand by now, plus 2 Fog Blades, plus 3 Appaloosa negates, plus a Dragoon negate, and at the same time this card is always going to come back to your hand no matter how often you use it, pretty much. So that's a pretty huge board, of course, very hard to out, and in most cases it should be enough. And this is the standard combo that you would like to make all the time. And another thing I want to talk about is if you get interrupted, or if you get Nibiru'd, I should say, before you can go into the Appaloosa. Now, what I like to do then, or what probably is the best play to do at that point is, where's my graveyard? Is this my graveyard? Yeah. So you're sitting on an Isolde with this one and that one, and now your opponent activates Nibiru, right? So he gets rid of those, which is going to leave you on, I'm just going to take this real quick as a token, but you still get the 2 searches. So you were sitting on rematch before, and then you're searching the Suprex and the second rematch. Now what you're doing is you activate rematch, summoning out any one level 1 Gouki monster, that's important, and any other one, that really doesn't matter which one it is. And you turn the non-link 1 Gouki monster and the token into IP Masquerena. IP Masquerena is a dark monster. And then you turn the link 1 Gouki monster, that's why it's important that it's link 1, into Linkuriboh. And now you have 2 dark monsters, a link 2 and a link 1, to go into the Rusty Bardiche. And now usually, as you've seen before, you would send the Ancient Cloak to search the Silent Boots and use it as an extender. But right now, in this case, you don't really have an extender, or you usually don't have, right? Especially in this 2-card combo situation. Instead of sending Ancient Cloak, you're going to send Silent Boots, setting one of the Fog Blades, and then banishing Silent Boots immediately for a second Fog Blade. Or what you could also do is, if you, for example, hard open the Shade Brigandine, you can send the Ancient Cloak, set a Fog Blade, banish it, add this, summon it, then if you hard open the Shade Brigandine, wait a second, Shade Brigandine, set it, summon it, and then turn it into Link Spider, like this. And now you have 2 effect monsters. You can go into Verte again, and then banish the Silent Boots for the second Fog Blade, and then use Verte effect to send the bricks and summon Dragoon. So essentially, depending on how your hand looks like and how many extenders you have access to and stuff like that, you can pretty much from any point, no matter the interruption, go into some form of interruptions for your opponent. Double Fog Blade is pretty much a standard. Sometimes you can even go into Dragoon. Sometimes you have an Appaloosa in addition to that. Sometimes you go into Redoer, so it really depends. But it's very fun, it's very flexible, it's also very resilient, and that's what I really like about this deck. I hope you guys have enjoyed it as well. If you have any questions or suggestions about the combo, then please leave a comment. If you enjoyed the video, then leave a like. And if you want to see more crazy combos and funny deck ideas, then subscribe to the Team COG channel. He's going to present lots more nice content to you guys. And as always, take care.